Our coverage of the situation in Ukraine continues with Andrei Dagla. We mentioned him just now. He is joining us live from Khmelnytsky, that is in western Ukraine. Andrei, thank you for joining us. You decided to return to your country to help your family. How has that been, and what are some of the challenges you're facing?
Good morning, Jill. Thanks a lot for having me today. Yes, that is true. I'm normally based in the country of the Netherlands. I returned to Ukraine just a few days before the attacks started, and I managed to move my family from the city of Kharkiv to the city of Khmelnytsky in the west of Ukraine. And to put things into perspective, from my personal standpoint, my main challenge at the moment is that there is very little more that I can do for my family to help, because right now all we've got to do is to wait over here for the armed forces or the diplomacy to resolve this conflict. A lot of people in Ukraine have now, of course, logistics issues. It may be hard to get to safe places, mainly in the west of the country. But as far as my own family is concerned, yeah, the main issue is that there is little we can do right now.
It must be a very difficult situation for you. I'm wondering, as people try to leave, is there still time for those who want to leave the cities to leave safely? And then again, you also mentioned leaving the country across borders and the West being very difficult. Is it better in other parts of the country?
So, yes, there is certainly time for civilians to leave cities, and we hear of evacuation trains and buses and minibuses and just private cars leaving cities in the east and the north and the center part of Ukraine towards the western border. And so there is still evacuation going on, both centralized and decentralized, for sure. And as for the western region, if you look at the map of the invasion right now, most of the fighting is obviously in the northern, southern, and eastern regions. So the west is relatively calm at the moment, and the same goes for the border regions. As for the borders themselves, Ukraine has borders in the west with 5 countries, and it really differs. The situation really differs depending on which border crossing people are coming to. We hear reports of lines that can be up to 24 hours long on some crossings, while on the others, people report getting through within an hour or so. So it really depends. And it seems like the most popular, if you will, borders right now are the ones with Poland and probably Slovakia, while there are also Moldovan, Romanian, Hungarian borders to consider.
And you have a technical background. I'm wondering, how has the information and the technology been playing a part in this invasion?
Yes, I have been a technology journalist for 15 years now, and I can see right now that information and technology in general plays a huge role in this war. And military technology aside, which is obvious, there is a lot of information warfare going around. We hear reports of fake videos of Ukrainian people dying coming from the Russian side, and then on the Ukrainian side there was created a whole so-called IT army. So people who can't or don't want to, for any reason, take up arms, they can do something on their computers. So they do everything from sending messages on social media to people who make decisions, all the way to reporting fake pages on YouTube. There are a whole lot of grassroots sort of movements coming up right now, people just creating apps and technology solutions for their own local cities, local situations, from air raid sirens all the way to just all sorts of information systems for people in cities who don't have access to it. And then there is another angle to the role of the technology, is that in Ukraine there are very many technology companies that specialize in hardware, in software, and these companies have become very important donors to the war effort right now. I have heard a lot of tidings that these companies are donating a lot of money, a lot of resources to help the country and to help the people who are leaving the war zones.
Andrei Degela, we appreciate the unique insight and sharing your story with us live from Khmelnytsky in Western Ukraine. Thank you.